Tangerines. As you probably know by now, the Las Vegas Strip has been completely shut down by the coronavirus, something that has never before happened in history. But it will be reopening again very soon with major changes.
In this video, we're talking about the pros and cons of going back to Las Vegas and how we feel about it because we've been to Vegas many times under normal circumstances.
Let's get the first most obvious con out of the way. The coronavirus is still a present danger. There's no vaccine, there's no cure, so going to Vegas could put you in the perfect melting pot for contracting it and spreading the virus.
But a pro related to that, if you're going to be anywhere, Vegas is probably the place to be because looking at these reopening plans, it is insane how much cleaning they're planning to do. Like for example, on the blackjack table, cleaning the chair and the place where someone was sitting after every single customer, cleaning the dice after every roll, cleaning the chips constantly. The amount of cleaning that's happening is crazy.
I mean, really, it would be a germaphobe's paradise because they are sanitizing, spraying, washing, ventilating the crap out of these casinos, and every high touch point, it sounds like everything will be so clean. If it weren't for the highly contagious coronavirus being present, I think it would be damn near impossible to actually get sick.
Like I was reading reopening protocols at Wynn on the Baccarat table. They're discarding cards after every single use.
That
playing
couldn't
cards.
be a more perfect word to use. They're discarding every single card after they've been touched. Which, how wasteful that is, but I guess crazy times call for crazy measures.
Regarding like spraying everything down, that might be a con because you'll be exposed to lots of chemicals.
Yeah, that's a huge con for me. I don't want to be breathing in all these disinfectant sprays and who knows what other type of harsh chemicals they'll be using that fit CDC guidelines or health standards that are allowing them to reopen. Personally, we always try to use natural cleaners in our house and when cleaning everything, so I'm not too hot on being exposed to all of those mysterious chemicals and whatnot. Even though I do realize under these circumstances they're kind of necessary. The next big con about Vegas reopening is that there's a whole lot of risk involved when it comes to travel plans and reservations.
Yeah, for example, I book a flight and I book a hotel. The hotel might be non-refundable and then my airline cancels my flight and then I can't get there and I can't get my money back for the hotel. Or I get there and then the hotel has decided to change their policies and close up once again.
So basically there's a lot of moving parts. It's tentatively opening on June 4th, but it's possible on June 5th there's a massive spike in coronavirus cases or something, or lots of people are going to the hospital, or lots of people are coming in with temperatures, and basically it's decided that, okay, the Vegas Strip isn't ready for this, we can't reopen. You could already be in Vegas. You could have flown there, assuming your airline hasn't canceled the flight or anything, and then it's like tough luck, find a flight, go home. What about some pros? We've heard when they reopen that there are going to be new technologies starting to go into place. Like for instance, MGM came out saying that you could now use your phone to open up your room. There will be contactless check-in. You don't have to wait in lines.
A big con for me, the requirement of masks. So this varies from casino to casino. Some casinos are requiring that all guests wear a mask, and then others are strongly encouraging guests to wear a mask. And I'm pretty sure that every single one is requiring employees to wear a mask. But I go to Vegas to have fun. If I have to wear a mask the whole time I'm on vacation, that's not going to be fun for me.
It's very inconvenient, and we have masks that we've been wearing when we have to do necessary errands, like going to the grocery store and things. They're not comfortable either. If you have the nicer ones or the more effective ones like the N95, they're not comfortable. They're suctioned to your face, and I'll have an indent of that mask on my face for 6 hours after wearing it. Probably means I'm dehydrated, but still, it doesn't make for a very desirable dynamic. Although once again, we realize that this might be a necessary evil right now, and hopefully it's not the case forever. It's still a little bit of a buzzkill, or a lot of bit of a buzzkill.
Well, a lot of it.
Another con is that they're going to be implementing lots of temperature screenings and health checks. So just to get in a hotel or casino, they'll be doing thermal readings and secondary questioning if you're presenting with any symptoms or you have a fever. Also heard that when they're reopening, they'll be closing a lot of the entrances, so it's not like you can freely go into whichever is the closest casino entrance to you. It will be only specific ones, which if you're familiar with Vegas can actually be a pretty big deal because it's gigantic, so having to go all the way around somewhere to go to a different entrance or exit, that could take you like an extra 15 minutes of walking, which adds up throughout the day.
Another big con for me is that a lot of stuff is still going to be closed come the beginning of June. Like half the hotels on the Strip are going to be closed.
The hotels that are set to reopen: Caesar's Palace, Flamingo, Wynn is set to reopen, MGM Grand, New York, Bellagio. And since not every casino is going to be open, or it's going to be opening so gradually, there's more cons that come with that. So personally, one of the things that I love most about going to Vegas is that we can literally go wherever the wind blows us. But that's especially nice in the summertime.
Because it's so hot in Vegas, you want to walk from casino to casino. Well, not everyone is open. Then you're forced to walk outside in the heat.
In the blazing sun. And Vegas is in the desert. It gets hot as tits in the summer. It's so hot. So it's almost a necessity to walk inside the casinos. And
where there's air conditioning, it's much cooler.
Or else you're forced to pay for Ubers and stuff, which I don't know. I imagine those are going to be a little bit more limited, and if you're trying to stay distant from people and not put yourself in an environment where you're forced to be in a confined space with somebody else, well, that's not desirable either.
And then you're going to have all the nightclubs closed, all the buffets closed. I love buffets.
Yeah, that's one of our favorite things about going to Vegas is going to the buffets, because it's like incredible, delicious food, and you get to try a big, huge variety of it. I'm sad about that. I'm hoping that it won't be forever, although it does seem like with some casinos, I believe like Treasure Island
has closed for good.
Closed for good. So not that Treasure Island was like the most desirable one, but I'm just hoping, fingers crossed, that not all of them will be doing that, closing forever.
I don't think so. Lots of people love buffets like we do. And where there's demand for something, there will be supply. So I think those are going to reopen as soon as they can, but who knows when as soon as they can will be. Since the buffets are all closed, that makes our best cheap eats in Las Vegas video even more relevant than it was. So if you want to check that out, we'll link that above.
Another pro about going back, I was pleasantly surprised to read this. It seems like most, if not all, casinos that are reopening will continue having complimentary drink service while you're gambling, a safe 6 feet apart. The 6 feet apart would fall in the con department, but still offering drink service, that's nice. That's one of our favorite things about going to Vegas, because where else can you get free drinks while doing really anything?
But with some of the casinos, they're like, try to minimize the amount of time you don't have your mask on while you're drinking your drink.
So once again, kind of a buzzkill, but hey, at least they still have the complimentary drinks.
I'll tell you what, I would need a lot of drinks to go back right now. Plus, if you drink enough, it kills any viruses in your throat, I'm pretty sure.
I'm pretty sure we've heard this. It's like tequila, for instance. It kills all viruses and germs. This has been approved by Tangerine Travels. I'm just kidding. This is not a thing. That's not health advice. Don't just go around drinking tequila and getting drunk just because you think it'll kill the virus. Doesn't do it. This video is not yet over, but if you're enjoying it so far, please subscribe to our channel so you can see upcoming videos we release about Vegas and also our life in Mexico.
So here's a pro adjacent. We've been to Vegas so many times under normal circumstances that I'm super curious to see what it's going to be like right now when it reopens.
These are unprecedented times, so to see what the reopening is actually going to look like or be part of that, assuming you don't get sick, it's going to be fascinating. Another pro that's kind of related to that, it's Vegas, and we miss it. I want to go back to Vegas. I'm so hopeful that it will return to its former glory so we can go back to having the awesome times in Vegas that we once did, that we all once did. Another pro, if you're going to go anywhere, if you're going to put your dollars somewhere, a huge city that's based on tourism, that relies on tourism like Las Vegas, it's going to help so many people be able to pay their bills, not be in such dire circumstances. So that's a pro, helping the local economy. How about another gigantic buzzkill, aka a huge con? No socializing. No gathering. You have to be the allotted 6 feet apart from everyone, and that includes table games, slot machines, restaurants, bars.
They're talking about having every other slot machine turned off or having them spaced apart and limiting the amount of people who can be at a craps table, who can be at a blackjack table, who can be at a baccarat table.
One of the best things about going to Vegas is socializing with people. It's meeting people from all across the planet. I think that's like such an appeal, is that you're in a mix of so many people, but that's completely off the table, at least for now.
Yeah, this is the anti-Vegas.
I was also unclear about whether if you're with someone, are you going to be able to sit next to them at a slot machine, or are they going to tell you, like, leave 6 feet for Jesus, you know? Like, imagine you're trying to go there for a bachelorette party or a bachelor party, a birthday party, or things like that. I think they're literally going to have employees that are going to tell you not to hang out in your group.
And you think that because we've read that.
Because we've read that they're going to have employees whose sole job is to break up people who are gathering on the casino floor and just hanging around. So I don't really know what that's going to look like in reality, but to me, that sounds like zero fun at all, huge buzzkill. Don't sign me up for that. Another pro is that you will have no problem finding free parking in Vegas, and that has kind of been a rarity before this. There were only a few casinos that offered that, like Wynn and Treasure Island were two of the main ones, but now of the casinos that are reopening, the Caesars and MGM properties and others, it seems like there will be free parking at all of them. Yay!
Another pro is no resort fees.
Woo!
Just kidding. Sorry. Please don't unsubscribe. It was a joke.
Imagine a world, though. Imagine a world where there were no resort fees. Or, like, what if they even cut them in half? That would be amazing.
Yes, you'll have to pay resort fees. However, room nights are cheaper now. If you're booking through My Vegas, for example, on one of those comp nights, you can now get weekend nights, which haven't been available for years.
And I'm sure there will be room deals and various Vegas deals opening up for a while now, so that they encourage people to come back as they know that it's safe. Quick travel tip for you guys. Whenever you're planning a trip back to Vegas or doing any online shopping, we highly recommend you download Rakatan, you sign up for Rakatan. This is basically a website that gives you cash back for your online purchases.
Yeah, so if you're looking for a new outfit for Vegas at Banana Republic, or you're booking plane tickets through Expedia, by downloading the extension and clicking that activate cashback button, you're going to get cash back on purchases you'd be making anyway.
So we'll put the link to sign up down below in the description. If you use our link, you get a $10 cash bonus, which is just more money in your pocket. Something that falls into the con category. Well, I guess this could be a pro or a con. They have occupancy limits, like MGM properties can only have 25%, I think it was. So that is great in the sense that you're not going to have to fight the crowds, but not so great in the sense that, like we said before, half the point of going to Vegas is to be able to socialize and have fun with lots of people.
So for clarity, 25% occupancy, that means if the hotel has 4,000 rooms, they will be filling a maximum of 1,000 of them. I have a feeling they're not even going to approach those numbers because a lot of people will feel how we do, and that we don't want to go back under these conditions.
Speaking of these conditions, I think another con is that there's so much uncertainty as to what you are and are not allowed to do. I was reading Wynn's reopening plan, and part of that is that only 4 people are allowed in an elevator at the time. They're going to have different protocols for high concentration areas, so I imagine like waiting for an elevator might be one of those places where in some cases it's not possible to give 6 feet of distance between everyone. So I have a feeling there's going to be a whole lot of politely asking you not to do and to do things, which is kind of gonna feel like, what do I do? Where can I go? What can I, like, that they're putting you in a little bit of a box. Or
annoying. I'm here to have fun, here on vacation, right? I don't want to be told what to do constantly.
Another con about Vegas' soft reopening is that there are going to be either no shows or very limited shows, and from what I've read in the reopening plans of some casinos, they're basically waiting on health guidance from officials to find out what's going to be okay or whether that will be okay. And many people, including us, go to Vegas to see some world-class shows every single time. That's one of the appeals, right up there with buffets and free drinks while gambling. So not having those and not having those other things kind of means, like, why are we going? What would we be going for?
Another con, I don't know if this is the case at every casino, but I do know it's going to be the case at Wynn and Encore and that is no valet. So if you go to Vegas because you like feeling like a high roller and one of the things you enjoy doing is pulling up to valet, well, you're not going to be able to do that. Maybe at some casinos, but if you want to look at any reopening plans, I would look at Wynn's instead of reading everybody's, because they've been on the cutting edge this whole time. They were the first ones to do something about their buffet. They were the first ones to announce the closure of their hotel. I think they're going to be the trailblazer in reopening as well.
And another con is going to be about your hotel room in Vegas. You'll very likely have to request certain items. I think they're still going to probably give you like shampoo and conditioner when you arrive in the room, but you'll have to request things like an ice bucket, pen and paper, a Bible. What on earth are we all going to do without a Bible in Sin City? And certain other amenities that would normally be placed in the room. To me, the reasons for this seem pretty obvious. It's less for people to touch while they're in the room, less for them to clean afterwards.
So what are my overall thoughts? Super curious to go back because it's going to be so different, and I don't want to go back because it's going to be so different. I feel like Vegas is our happy place. It's where we go to unwind, it's where we go to relax, it's where we go to have fun.
De-stress, let loose. For a while at least, it's not going to be the Vegas we know and love. I mean, that's just the reality of the situation right now. For me, it just seems like a super risky proposition to go back for so many reasons. There are so many things that are not going to be available that we absolutely love when we go to Vegas, like buffets and shows and air-conditioned casinos,
Day
all
clubs.
of them. But let us know what you guys think. Would you go back to Las Vegas as of right now? Or do you think it's too risky or not worth it or what? Let us know in the comments. Hopefully you guys liked this video. If you did, please subscribe to our channel so you can see other Las Vegas videos we will be releasing, like our vlog that we're going to be releasing next week that we created before this whole pandemic craziness.
And if you'd like to see our other Vegas videos, we have a Vegas playlist where you can watch all of them in a row, and we'll put that on the end screen in just a moment here.
But before you go, one more thing. Gong that bell so you'll be the first to be notified when we release a new video or start a live video.
And we'll see you soon.